Everyone loves the idea of a Roth conversion. Tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawals, a clean win for retirement, right? But here's the part that no one talks about. A poorly planned Roth conversion doesn't just miss the upside, it can quietly erase years of retirement gains. The same move, same IRS rules, but very different outcomes. And for some people, this single decision ends up costing more over a lifetime than almost any market downturn ever could. Hi, I'm Larry Sprung with Mitlin Financial. Roth conversions are often positioned as a no-brainer. And to be clear, they can be incredibly powerful. When they're done thoughtfully, Roth conversions can reduce lifetime taxes, create flexibility in retirement, and help protect future income from changing tax laws. But when they're done without a strategy, without understanding tax brackets, timing, or what assets you're converting, they can backfire in ways most people don't see until years later. Today, we're walking through three things, the critical factors that determine whether a Roth conversion helps or hurts. A common mistake that quietly undermines the benefit, and how strategic Roth planning can support a more secure, flexible retirement. And along the way, I'll share a story that still stands out to me. Point one. A Roth conversion is a tax decision first, not an investment one. At its core, a Roth conversion is a tax choice. It's not a market call. It's not an investment upgrade. You're choosing when to pay taxes, now or later. That decision only works in your favor if today's tax rate is meaningfully lower than the rate you expect to pay in the future. This is where many people get tripped up. Federal income tax brackets currently range from 10% to 37%. Converting while income is already high can push additional dollars into higher marginal tax brackets, sometimes without people even realizing it until the tax bill shows up. What often gets overlooked is that Roth conversions stack on top of your existing income. They don't replace it, they stack on top of it. So if you're still working, earning bonuses, or in your peak income years, a conversion can unintentionally turn into one of the most expensive tax years of your life. The irony is that many of these same people later retire into lower brackets. That means they prepaid taxes at rates they would never have owed. This is why good Roth planning starts with the full tax picture, not just the appeal of tax-free growth. Point two, timing matters, especially when markets move. Another factor that can quietly make or break a Roth conversion is timing, particularly around market conditions. This is not about predicting the market, it's about understanding valuation and opportunity. Morningstar research shows that converting assets after market declines can improve after-tax outcomes because future market recovery occurs inside the Roth account where your growth is tax-free. Think about it this way. If the value of an investment temporarily drops, converting it at that lower value means you are paying taxes on fewer dollars. And if and when that investment recovers, the rebound happens inside the Roth, sheltered from any future taxes. On the flip side, converting during market highs can mean paying a premium in taxes for growth that may never materialize. This is also where asset selection matters. Higher growth assets tend to benefit more from Roth placement. because their future appreciation is protected. All of this reinforces the same idea. Roth conversions work best when they're planned, flexible, and responsive, not rushed or done out of simply habit. I'm going to share a story with you about a family that we serve where Roth conversions have been ideal for him. As he entered retirement and went out on disability as a New York City firefighter, we found him in a place where he was in the lowest tax bracket of his entire life. He also realized that when time came and he needed to start taking required minimum distributions, he was not going to be in need of that income. So we started an aggressive Roth conversion strategy at the age of 60. This provided us with a very planned and detailed approach that allowed us to accomplish a few things. One is we were able to time those Roth conversions at intervals that were convenient for him and take advantage of market downturns like I spoke about earlier. Number two, he was able to convert these assets at his lowest tax bracket ever, allowing him to reduce the amount he will have in his IRA when it comes time for required minimum distributions. And finally, it allowed him to convert this money so if something were to happen to him and he passed these assets along to his kids who are at higher tax brackets than he is, he was basically prepaying the taxes for them at much lower rates, ensuring that they would never have to pay taxes on these assets that he converted ever again. Now let's move into point three, the cost of doing too much too fast. One of the most common mistakes we see is treating Roth conversions as an all or nothing decision. Convert everything, rip off the Band-Aid, be done with it. But research suggests that approach often creates unnecessary tax friction. The Center for Retirement Research at Boston College found that partial Roth conversions spread over multiple years often result in better after-tax outcomes than large one-time conversions. Spreading conversions over time allows you to manage tax brackets intentionally. It gives you room to adjust for changes in income, market conditions, or even tax law. It also reduces the risk of accidentally triggering higher taxes or losing flexibility elsewhere in your plan. Strategic Roth planning is less about getting it over with and more about creating consistency and control. Roth conversions aren't about being aggressive or conservative. They're about being intentional. The same IRS rulebook can produce very different outcomes depending on how and when you use it. And once a conversion is complete, there's no rewind button. That's why these decisions deserve more than a headline level understanding. If you're considering a Roth conversion, or if you've already made one and aren't sure how it fits into your broader retirement strategy, this is a decision worth slowing down for, because the most costly Roth mistake isn't paying taxes today. It's paying the wrong taxes at the wrong time with no plan to support what comes next. With the right strategy, Roth conversions can still be one of the most powerful tools for building a more flexible, confident retirement without derailing your future along the way. So we've covered a lot today, and there's a lot more that we could talk about. If you have questions around Roth conversions, we'd love to hear from you. Here at Mitlin Financial, we strive to bring joy to your money journey. If you found this content helpful, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. I'm Larry Sprung, founder and wealth advisor at Mitlin Financial, and we'll see you next time.